Do you know that honeybees can recognize human faces?
Or that the queen bee can lay over 1,000 eggs a day?
These little insects are some of the best pollinators in the entire world.
They help tons of different plants, fruits, and vegetables grow.
And they can live almost anywhere. It's weird.
But true. So naturally, we set off on an adventure to investigate.
Naturally. And we didn't have to go far to find what we're looking for.
There are bees all over us right now.
Oh, that's so cool. We're here in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, at the plant with Beekeeper.
With Jana Hinsman from Beekeeper. We biked all around to different beehives today. Here's some hives. This is why this place is so cool. Give me 3 words to describe the area where we are in right now, Curb.
Rubble everywhere.
Rubble-ridden.
Not natural.
Fenced in.
And yet, there are bees happening. There are gardens over there.
It seems like a disaster zone, but there are plants growing and bees right here. These are one of the hives that Jan was taking care of.
Coolest part of today.
I think finding the queen was pretty cool. It was like a little treasure hunt in the hive where you picked up all of the frames and had to look through to find the queen.
She's there. Look at her. She's huge.
She's huge.
She looks completely different than everyone.
What about you? Best part?
Picking up a drone. That was cool. I was like, that's a drone to Jana, and she was like, pick it up. So you just grab its wings and you just pick it up.
Because the drones are the male bees and they don't have stingers. It was wild.
It was wild.
Going into this day, I knew that bees were kind of like gentle. But after agreeing today and like holding the frames and they're crawling on your arms, you really get the sense that if you really don't bother them, they're not gonna bother you. They don't wanna waste their time stinging you, right, Curb?
Mm-hmm. Beekeeper. Solid day.
Southside Chicago.
Who knew?
Cotton candy beehives. We found the queen. And we look great. Can we say we all look great today? Everybody wore very light colors. The crew's looking awesome. Bob did not really come prepared because he has not been white clothes. But nobody got stung because these bees aren't gonna sting you. That's behind the scenes, Beekeeper, Southside Chicago.
Over and out.
Let's go home, because we're so close. See you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, in this episode, we went all out to study race cars. And that meant a trip to a real racetrack. We hung out all day with a professional driver. And they let me drive a dragster. Wait, what?
Today we're at the Maple Grove Raceway in Reading, Pennsylvania to shoot our car episode. Yeah, it's pretty wild. We hit like 180 miles per hour.
So for the past week, you've been talking about how this is terrifying. Was it as scary as you thought it would be?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was scary.
Yes, it was.
Because we filmed an episode about roller coasters where you went like 100 miles per hour on this roller coaster. So this is like if you're driving the roller coaster, which makes it that scarier. So you're in charge of it going straight.
Did you get that thing where, you know, when you're on a roller coaster and it takes off and you get pushed back into your seat?
Put some hip into it, because it's gonna be 2.5 G's against your chest.
Yeah, it's like that for like 5 seconds straight.
No.
Doug, who was our expert, and he like settled me down and made me realize it was okay. But that first time, you had to do a burnout to start. And when you do a burnout and the wheels start going and you're in the same place, it's like swiveling all around, which just makes you think that you're just not gonna be in control during the race.
You kept pretty cool. I was freaking out at the beginning. I felt ill and was just like...
Kirby, we went up and we were ready to do the first race, and I was like, I'm good to go. And Doug was like, all right, let's do it. And Kirby was like, wait. How long do you go for? How long does it take to brake? Where's he gonna go? And a bunch of stuff, but...
It's good you were driving.
Yeah.
I was not driving.
And Kirby spent the day learning all about car mechanics.
So what do you think?
I want to learn what's going on here.
What were you most surprised about?
how tiny and compact the area that the driver sits in is. And it's a good thing to be like squeezed down in there. How'd you feel?
I felt good. It's not only like super tight, but they have straps over both your shoulders,
We're gonna put a 5-way harness on you.
across your waist,
Now we tighten you up.
and they have loops that go around your arms that like buckle in too.
Arm restraints.
Yep. Put your hand through there. Lock your lap belt into your arm restraints to make
Oh
sure
my
that your
gosh.
arms go nowhere.
You're really tied in here.
You and the car have become one.
If anyone's claustrophobic like Dad, our dad is just like crazy claustrophobic.
This is
like,
not for you.
You're locked in there and you can't get out. I'm sure it's a safety thing, but still, it's kind of the first time it's a little scary.
Did you feel safe?
I felt really nervous the first time and really scared.
Just breathe.
But as we did it over and over, we did it like 5 times and I felt better over time.
Your first run, you went 40 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And it took 15 seconds.
Really?
And at the later times, you got into the hundreds
I hit 128.
in 10
and
seconds.
Almost broke 10 seconds for a quarter mile. It was so much fun. And towards the end, you just get so giggly after, because it's just the weirdest thing ever.
That was the coolest thing I've ever done. Oh my gosh.
It was a good day.
Yeah, we had a great time here. Cars episode, dragsters, car mechanics,
That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
wicked fun time. We'll see you guys next time.
Kirby and Charlie in 2007, flight engineers figured out how to run an airplane at French fry Reef.
Hey guys, Charlie here, your weird but true guy with this lady. Kirby, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Today we're hanging out at Ocean
County,
Airport in New.
Jersey.
We came here to fly this thing.
We wanted to learn all about flying for our planes episode. So we got a lesson from an expert, Jim Lonergan.
We got to fly in this plane and you got to fly it.
Yes, it was crazy. I am very alert right now. Yes. I have never been so alert in my life, I think.
I have a question. How is it different than other planes?
This plane is interesting because it's a biplane and it's yellow, and it was used to train people who flew planes in World War II, which was a long time ago, but it's still functional. And the coolest thing about it is it's like those special cars that they teach people how to drive in, where 2 people can sit in them and control it at the same time. So if one person's like flying it all over the place, the other person, in this case Jim, can kind of like control it. Filming this episode was so complicated because we had to set up 6 cameras to capture all the angles while we were up in the air.
How was flying it?
It was very crazy. I've never been more nervous in my life. My eyes have never been wider in my life, and I was really freaking out, and it felt like a dream, and it wasn't real.
That's it. All right, keep her straight.
It's kind of like riding a bike because when you steer, it's not like a lot. You don't go to the right or left. It's just like little nudges in every direction.
It's not hard at all. As a matter of fact, you can fly with just 2 fingers holding onto the stick. Nice
Yeah?
and easy. Yep.
Okay.
Right.
How are you doing today?
When we were driving down the runway, I was nervous.
Yeah.
You were nervous. I was nervous.
Yeah.
And then when we took off, it was so smooth. It was like the air below us was just lifting us up nice and lightly in the air, and it was so smooth and wonderful. I was not scared at all.
I feel so good up here. It's like you're just floating above the world. It's amazing.
So Kirby, the viewers gotta know, they're asking, you've dived with sharks, you've been on really scary roller coasters. How does this rank?
It wasn't scary.
No?
No.
No. Wait, was it exciting?
It was very exciting, and I would do it right now.
All right, that's the news. You heard it from me, Charlie, and
Kirby.
Jim is the man. He's so great. So fun. We'll see you guys next time. Weird but true. Out.
there are over 60,000 species of tree. Croissant?
That's a lot of trees. And they come in all weird shapes, sizes, and even colors. Like this guy in Panama with the rainbow-colored bark. With so many cool tree facts out there to uncover, Kirby and I went on a mission to learn about the biggest, baddest behemoths out there.
Hello guys, Charlie here.
Kirby here.
Today we're hanging out in Whitaker Forest in California to film an episode about trees and giant sequoias.
Let's do it. How does it feel being here?
It feels really nice. This is our second time here. We filmed and created another show called Nature Boom Time, where we also climbed these trees and hung out with these people.
I got right back into it. Felt good. How did you feel?
I felt good.
This is unreal.
Kirby was killing it up this tree. He just shot right up this thing. I took kind of a little bit longer. You doing good?
Come on up, Charles. It's awesome.
Oh man, I'm tired. It was a great day. We climbed the trees, we looked around. What else did we do?
We found tons of ladybugs, like thousands of ladybugs hanging out by this river.
Yeah, there are monster amounts of mosquitoes here, which has been a little bit of trouble for the entire crew.
Okay, still rolling. 18, 22.
I think there are bugs in my nose, probably.
Yep, there we go.
Cool thing, Kirby slept outside last night in a hammock.
It was amazing.
I think that's the coolest thing that happened over the past few days. That was pretty incredible.
Our camera guy, Gabe, hauled up this tree with us today, having never, ever climbed a tree this way before, which was like way impressive.
This is Gabe, our cameraman. He has climbed
Precisely 0 sequoias.
precisely 0 sequoias, and he learned how to climb trees today.
Okay,
So,
now you're good. You can.
This is his first try. He's climbing up, and then we have a big old camera that we're gonna lug up in a bag. But you can see how it's like a super awkward thing. You gotta step in this loop and then sit up and kind of choreograph all your hands, so it's not really easy. But he's doing a pretty good job so far, so I think it's gonna go well.
Gabe's gonna crush it.
It was a stellar day, a really good day.
Phenomenal day. We're wrapping it up. The sun is setting, and we're getting our last shots in. And our last time with the giant sequoias. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It was super fun to shoot. We'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.
Airplanes. They come in all sorts of weird shapes and sizes, but some of our favorites are paper airplanes. Quick, grab some craft paper to follow along, and we'll show you how to make a whole fleet you can play with. First up, the vortex thrower. All you need is a piece of paper and some tape. Step 1, fold one side of the paper and then fold the fold on top of itself, then fold it again. Step 2, take the ends of the paper and roll it into a cylinder and tuck the ends into themselves. Step 3, secure it with a little bit of tape at each end. Throw it with a little wrist flick, and it's a great flyer.
Next, we have the hoop glider. For this one, you'll need 2 strips of paper, a straw, and some tape. Step 1, take each strip of paper and fold them into a circle. Secure the ends with tape. Step 2, connect the 2 circles to each end of the straw. And check this one out, the helicopter. You'll need a 4-inch strip of paper, scissors, and a paper clip. Start off by cutting a slit on either side of the paper. Fold the paper onto itself, make a 3rd cut down the center of your paper. Fold one end, then flip it, and fold the other. Fold the end over and secure your paper clip to the bottom. And voila, you have a helicopter.
Last but not least, the Sky King. This record-breaking paper airplane design stayed in the air for over 27 seconds. So get ready. There are a lot of steps in this one. Step 1, grab a sheet of paper and fold it in half, lengthwise. Step 2, open it back up and fold in the front corners to meet at the center. Step 3, fold the tip down to about 1 inch from the bottom of the paper. Step 4, fold in the top 2 corners so the edges meet flush at the center, and then undo the fold. Step 5, fold the corners back in so they meet just at the top, creating a new edge. Step 6, fold the sides in again along the creases that you made a couple steps earlier. Step 7, fold the tip of the nose down so it meets the center point, then unfold it back up. Step 8, fold the paper in half. Step 9, fold the tip of the nose back to meet the crease that you made earlier. Step 10, unfold the nose to leave the new crease line. Step 11, spread the folds apart to create a diamond shape. Step 12, fold the top part of the diamond down to meet the bottom point. Step 13, fold the right and left sides of the diamond back along the sides. Step 14, fold the wings down so they line up with the side points of the front diamond. Lastly, create winglets by folding down the top 1/4 inch of the wingtips. Ta-da! A bona fide sky king. Now, all that's left to do is play.
C8, take 1.
Take 2.
3.
4.
Then comes the skidder. Then comes the skidder. Then comes the skidder. Then comes the skidder.
Shit, enough of them.
I dub thee the ruler of rubbish, the sultan of scraps, I forgot the last name. Hello, hikers and bikers, lab rats and pack dads, s'more tasters, and car racers. Welcome all you wonderful smoke box derby best.
The weather is great. The race is ready. Let's turn. Sorry.
Oh. Charlie. Oh. Whoa, sorry.
Okay. I'm sorry. Are sounds good or are they bad? I don't understand what's going on.
Well, it depends, really. It's all content. Are you crying?
I yawned and a tear came down. That's awesome. Oh, man.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. There are over 60,000 species of tree. Poisson?
This right here is the Narrows Bridge, pride of Tacoma. No town or city has seen a bridge so pretty. It never fails.
If we're gonna try to forget about trying. Ow!
Joining us to answer that question is a scientist. You look like my brother.
I don't know. I feel like you don't know your lines.
I got it. You had to not hit.
We love you guys.
We love you too.
All of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 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 Nope. 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 What's my first line? Oh, no, I know it. I know it. I know it. Sorry. I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
No, you weren't.
Charlie!
What?
Sorry.
500,000 trees cut down each week for our Sunday papers. Rest in peace.
And cut.
I was smiling the whole time.
She's gonna play.
Bonjour, I am Madame Eruption, and this is my assistant from America. How do you say her name?
Hank.
Hunk?
Hank.
Hunk?
Hank.
Hank?
Hank. We're gonna have to take a look at your coral real quick. Oh, yeah. Looks like it's turning a little white.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Plants are always green, Charles says. Plants are always green, Charlie says. Plants need sun to grow.
The paper lacks the proper viscosity needed for this type of lava flow.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
They'll make your art skills explode.
I'm Kirby's brother, Charlie.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Charles, this is a kamikaze mission. Charles, this is a kamikaze mission. Charles, this is a kamikaze. I'm sorry.
This is our job.
Stop.
We can't goof around here, Curb.
Stop.
We gotta focus.
What?
What did we do before?
One, yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Noodle.
Right there.
No.
And all right. Hey.
57.
This is awesome.
Great. Moving on. Well played. 23.
It made me laugh.
Lots of energy in HQ down the home stretch.
Ready to go.
Ready?
And down. We're dancing.
There you go.
Science.
What up?
It's amazing.
Back to the lab.
They'll totally cut that out.
Here's a trail in 2007. Flight engineers figured out how to run an airplane on French fry grease.
It's super weird. How is that even possible?
Don't know. Hey guys, it's a blast digging up the weirdest, bestest, truest facts in the universe.
Amazing!
And we've pulled together 15 of our all-time favorites to share with you.
People have made paper out of all sorts of things, like cabbage and wasp nests. But the weirdest is probably the fact that they used to recover wrappings from Egyptian mummies to make wrapping paper.
Weird but true, electricity travels fast. If you flipped a switch on Earth connected to a lamp on the moon, it would light in 1.3 seconds. Weird but true. The lights that start a drag race are called a Christmas tree. Weird but true, hot water and cold water make different sounds when poured. Weird but true, an engineer discovered that golf balls fly farther if they have dimples.
Weird but true, some volcanic eruptions are so intense, they create lightning.
Weird but true, scientists in England taught bees to play soccer. Weird but true, cows produce more milk when they listen to soothing music.
Weird but true, if your hair grew as fast as kelp, it would grow to the length of a refrigerator every 3 days.
Weird but true. Plants feel like rocks and look like plants, but they're actually animals.
Weird but true, there's a lizard with the ultimate defense. When a predator has him by the tail, he detaches it and takes off. The tail grows back later. Weird but true, the human brain generates enough electricity to power a light bulb. Weird but true, some fish can change from male to female.
Weird but true, there's a type of eucalyptus tree that has rainbow-colored bark.
Weird but true, the hair for colonial wigs wasn't just from humans.
Oh, I like the bow in this one, I'm not gonna lie.
It also came from goats, horses, and yaks. Horse and yak hair held the best curl.
This was all their age?
Yes.
Got some intestinal parasites? Just eat some garlic. Got a fever? Just apply some wormwood. Plants. It's good stuff, man. Weird But True is always whipping out the cool science words. Check out our top picks. Cool science word, caldera. That's the spot at the top of the volcano that looks kind of like a bowl. It's formed when the magma chamber collapses as the volcano erupts.
Cool science word, umami. Umami is the 5th basic taste. It's more savory and meaty. Cool science word, oxytocin. It's a hormone in our body that has to do with trust and bonding. Some people call it the cuddle hormone because your body releases a lot of it when you cuddle someone.
Cool science word, cenosarc. All of the individual coral polyps can be linked together by a cenosarc. It's like a pipeline system that lets them share nutrients.
Cool science word, centrifuge. That's a device that spins around and separates materials using centrifugal force. In this case, it's separating the honey from the comb. Cool old-timey word, peruke means wig, right?
Absolutely.
So this is a wig-making shop. That's perfect for us. Kirby and I love wearing wigs and playing dress-up.
How about this? The glider.
What a genius idea!
Cool science word, inertia. Inertia is the idea that an object tends to resist any change in motion unless another force acts upon it. Cool science word, non-ferrous metals. They're metals that can't be magnetized, like stainless steel, copper, and aluminum.
Cool science word, Hertzian cone. An expanding cone of glass that's ejected on the opposite side of the glass from the impact.
3, 2, 1.
Sounds.
Oops, above your head. Fans of Weird But True know the secret to a great character is a great costume. Hello. Our designer, Lenore, totally brought it this season. Check it out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 6th costume setup today. First, she was a lumberjack.
Neat.
Then she was a garbage cleaner.
People of the dump.
Then she was a mom on a volcano tour.
It's beautiful.
Then she was Orville Wright and Jacques Montgolfier.
Our idea will change the course of human history.
Now, she is Madame Eruption.
Bonjour. I am Madame Eruption, and this is my assistant from America. How do you say her name?
Hank.
Hunk.
Hank.
Hunk.
Hank.
Hank.
Sure.
We're getting ready for the German workshop setup for the Plains episode. Kirby is dressed up as the inventor of the glider, Otto Lilienthal. I play the role of Kirby's wife, Agnes Lilienthal.
Agnes?
Otto?
A hot air balloon.
What a terrible idea.
I think I look beautiful.
Me too, darling. Our first contestant, Charlie from Chattanooga!
Nothing compares to the astounding, resounding, confounding speed of the Dragster Racer.
Throwing it.
Shoes off, no liquids.
Kurt, take us through your outfit. Who are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a tree featuring safari hat and safari clothes. Charles, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing an assortment of mesh and pool noodles of various colors in the shape of a pitcher plant with a nice little tuffet hat over here. On this guy, right here. Carnivorous plant, insects drop in here, and they get trapped in an enzyme and start decomposing.
We call these pitcher autopsies. Oh, man!
Oh, gross!
It's just like a pile of mashed together bug parts.
You know, I've worn a lot of costumes in my day, but this ranks at the top of the list. I really like it.
Pool noodles.
Yeah.
Broadway, Tony Talks, movie adaptations. We may never see the end of this duo's star power.
Hey guys, my favorite way to explain science is with a skit using crafts. Some skits take a lot of people and practice to get it down, like this diorama about how trees are harvested.
You ready to do this?
Want to try it?
All right, bring in the slate.
Roll it. 201 CZ 2D, take 1.
All right, when you're ready, Charlie, call it.
It starts as a seed. From seed to tree.
Sorry, I need the truck.
False take.
201 CZ 2D, take 2.
It starts as a seed. From seed, up, to tree.
Take 3.
It started as a seed. From seed to tree. Picked by the mechanical harvester. Dragged by a skidder. Chopped by the knuckle boom. Carted away.
And pulverized.
206 SS4B, take 1.
One of the funniest skits was me imitating Alton Brown to show how different kinds of lava flow in our Volcano episode.
So here's the shot into the oven. That looks really cool.
Pretend that these cupcakes are volcanoes. As the magma is under intense heat and pressure, it rises up to the Earth's surface.
SS4A, take 2.
Thicker lava, that is more viscous, is called Thinner lava, that is less viscous, is called pahoihoi. And they dry differently, too.
Welcome to another edition of Falcon News. My name is Charlie.
And I'm Kirby.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. And today we have some very, very, very special people to invite on because they have come oh so far, all the way from our hometown of Chicago, actually from our hometown north of Chicago, actually from our home. It's our parents! Mom and Dad, come on down! Come on down! Let's go, everybody! Guys, this are our parents. This is our dad and this is our mom. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Fantastic. We do this every show. It is a spitfire, rapid pace question and answer. Are you ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
Salted caramel.
What's your favorite shape?
Oval.
Circle.
Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Oranges.
Spirit animal.
Ooh, a dove.
Flying dragon.
Favorite episode of season 1?
The ship thing, treasure hunt.
We will take their treasure.
Treasure hunters.
Oh, nice.
What about you?
Oh, I like the sharks better.
Okay.
Okay.
And a
The most important question of
This is a very important question, so take your time, think it over, and it matters and
Serious
affects.
question.
It will affect your life after this.
In life, do you prefer paper clips or staples?
Paper clip.
Yes!
Paper clips.
No! This is garbage!
Mom and Dad love me better!
I guess I was adopted. All right, everybody, that's Charlie's mom and dad. Give it up for our guests today. That's another episode of Falcon News. We'll see you next time on Behind the Scenes of Weird But True. We'll see you later. Woo!
Nice job.
Dad, flying dragon. Today we have two special guests. They're our friend and sister, Patrick and Casey.
Patrick's the sister.
Patrick flew all the way from the wonderful city of Los Angeles. And Casey flew all the way from the wonderful city of Chicago.
The Chicago.
To be on our show and play themselves. What other characters do you play on the show, Patrick?
I was an astronaut. I was a certain talk show host on TV that's a doctor.
How about you, Case?
Various mustachioed men.
Well, hey there, cowboy.
Science fair judges, Southern people.
All right.
We're gonna do a hot seat question fire round. Question number 1. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Green. What is your favorite sport?
Lacrosse.
Baseball.
Favorite shape?
Circle.
Orange.
Favorite season?
Spring.
Summer.
Spirit animal.
Panda.
Penguin.
Favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
What's your favorite city that doesn't have the letter I in it?
Los Angeles.
Pensacola.
Favorite state that doesn't have an E in it?
Florida.
Oh man, Illinois.
If you could be a certain tree, what kind of tree would you be?
An oak.
Cedar.
Favorite place in the entire universe?
Pacific Ocean.
Favorite craft show, weird but true.
Definitely,
Go, 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 go!
The shark! The shark!
Today, we recycle.
Charles, no!
Favorite episode?
Obviously the race car episode.
Shark.
Favorite Clipper staple?
First one, I don't even know.
Favorite Clipper staple?
Staple.
See you later. Falcon News. Bye.
Welcome to
Another edition of Falcon News. My name is Charlie.
I'm Kirby.
We've had a great day today. We filmed a lot of skits. Kirby and I have worn a bunch of different costumes today.
Open wide so I can take your temperature.
But the best thing was we had different accents.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
We were fascinated.
I'm gonna name it out and you gotta give it to me.
Okay.
Garbage Queen.
It's my normal voice. People of the dump, this is your queen.
Volcano Tourist.
It's amazing.
Otto Lilienthal.
The glider.
Jacques Montgolfier.
A balloon full of air.
Orville Wright.
Orville.
And finally, Madame Eruption.
Bonjour, I am Madame Eruption.
Bonjour. Here we have our next guest on Falcon News, hanging up posters for Andy! Come on, the director! He thought he could get away. When we shoot, all this stuff, he tells everybody what to do and makes it happen.
This is so exciting. Let's start with this. Dragster, Formula One. Charlie will come in, plant himself right about there.
We have some questions for you on the Weird But True hot seat. What's your favorite craft tool?
You know what? I like when you use scissors to make ribbons curly.
Favorite item on the snack table?
I want to say pistachios, but probably gummy bears.
Favorite art piece so far?
The Volcano.
Paper clips or staples?
Staples.
Yeah! That's 2 for me! Everybody, that's Brandon, the director! We're heading out because we gotta finish the show! Well, that's another episode of Falcon News. See you later!
Welcome
to Falcon News. I'm Charlie.
Broadcasting live, I'm Kirby.
Broadcasting live from Timmy's birthday party in the backyard of our house. We've been here for a week and it's been really fun.
We've done crafty campers.
We've done race car stuff.
Egg drops.
And we filmed a lot about bees. Highlight of the week, we attached a tiny puffball bee onto a drone and flew it all over the place. It was really cool. Pseudo all-star for the week, among other people, are Arcana, our Chicago art person, who made this cake in like a couple hours.
And this awesome cupcake.
Which also
in 4
doubles
hours.
as a microphone. What? We have a very special person on set this week because he is a Weird But True all-star going back all the way to season 1. You know him as the mailman. We know him as our audio guy. It's Bob! Come on down! Give it up for Bob, everybody! What's your favorite line that you've had as a mailman on our show?
Oh, the first one. Package.
Package? What was that?
Package.
Whoa! Oh! All right. Every time we have someone on Falcon News, we do like a hot seat Spitfire questions. Ready? What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What's your favorite food?
Sushi.
What's your favorite animal?
Wallaby.
Would you rather be really, really hot or really, really cold?
Really, really cold.
What's your spirit animal?
Oh, a lemur.
Oh.
Ooh. Anything else?
That's it.
Paperclip or staple?
Oh, yeah.
Staple?
Yes!
No.
I
am crushing this thing. All right,
You're
guys.
crushing my levels right now.
We'll see you guys later. Enjoy the show.
Great job, Bob.
Hey guys, Charlie here. Just going through Weird But True and checking out all of the costumes that we wore during season 2. I counted, and over the 13 episodes of season 2, Kirby and I wear 94 different costumes. Boom. Patrick likes to refer to the production of our show as just playing an aggressive form of dress up.
Thank you so much for
And I kind of agree with him.
Enjoy your flight.
Coming in at number 10, we have my old lady costumes.
Agnes,
Otto,
a hot air balloon.
The first right here is in the plane episode where I dress up as Agnes Lilienthal, Kirby's wife. The next time is here as Miss Prissy, little old English lady who's very prim and proper. And the final one is during the Volcano episode when I dress up as an old lady judge. And if I may say so myself, I think I look fantastic.
Coming in at number 9, we have Kirby's
Playing Figures of History.
Wilbur.
So when she played these characters, she really popped off the screen and looked awesome. When we look back and see like the best fitting costumes and the ones that worked the best, Kirby's historical figures of Playing History are definitely the best ones.
Coming in at number 8, we have Colonial Charlie.
This is one of the costumes that they actually wear in Colonial Williamsburg. Every single part of that costume was made there on site. So they like sewed and dyed the actual fabrics. The buttons on it were made at the blacksmith shop. It was absolutely legit. And I felt so awesome being a colonial person.
Staple! Yeah! Number 7, we have the Wood Nymph and Traveler costume.
Man, these wings were so fun to wear.
Halt!
I loved them so much that I did not want to take them off. I actually took them at the end of the season, and I still have them in case I ever want to dress up as a wood nymph again. I love the wings. They were amazing.
At number 6, we have the anti-reality craft costumes.
These costumes were totally unexpected.
Hey, Charles.
I thought they were just gonna be like these weird VR type goggle things, but the art team pulled out these crazy futuristic leotards that were really fun to goof around in.
Beep boop.
At number 5, we have the Lab League costumes.
Live action Battle League is from the Defenders episode. There were a bunch of different types of costumes. You have the Chicago Shorebirds, the Tallahassee Tigers, the Jacksonville Jellies, and finally, you got the Kenosha Sea Cucumbers. I think my favorite has gotta be the jellyfish costume, just because it's so goofy. The combination of that helmet and the goggles and the powder blue pants made itself perfect in its entirety.
Coming in at number 4, the Volcano's 80s game show costumes.
They did such a good job of setting Casey, Kirby, and Patrick in that time period. And this is like the one only time we ever did something with Kirby's hair to fit her character.
Correct again.
I consider that part of the costume, so that's why they come in at number 4.
At number 3, we have the costumes for the Volcano judges.
Is it Volcano?
The reason why I love these costumes, and they're all the way up at number 3, is because we made these costumes and put them together literally like 30 seconds before shooting this scene. Kirby pulled a cowboy hat and was like, I'm gonna be a cowboy. I got the wig and it's like, I'm gonna be an old lady. Casey put on some glasses and was like, I'm gonna be an old man. And Patrick put on a mustache. It's like, I'm gonna be a dude with a mustache. Just swung together at the last minute, and I thought it turned out great.
For number 2, we have my pitcher plant costume.
Yeah, yeah. Victory, victory, victory.
This was, without a doubt, the most involved and intricate costume of season 2.
The hype is real.
This costume required multiple fittings, and my favorite part about this costume is that pool noodle rim, because it looks so much like what a pitcher plant looks like in real life. So they absolutely killed it. My number 1 favorite is probably gonna be a surprise to you, but it's Kirby's Queen of the Dump costume.
People of the dump, this is your queen, Kirby.
They made a cloak that has piping and trimming around the edge, completely made out of garbage bags. And Kirby's crown is made out of paper plates. But the best part of it is definitely that staff with the soup can on top.
Rebirth!
There you go, guys. 94 costumes throughout the entire season.
They're my top 10. We had a great time wearing costumes. We had a great time on Weird But True. Hey guys, Charlie here. Just going through some old clips from Weird But True
Crafty campers.
and looking at all the characters we played. Kirby and I love playing characters, definitely our favorite part of the whole production process.
See you later, tree.
I counted over the course of 13 episodes of season 2, we played 71 different characters, which is crazy.
This is a big deal.
So right now, I'm gonna count down my 10 favorite characters. Number 10, we have the TSA agents in the plane episode.
Shoes off.
Kirby and I really loved playing these TSA agents because they had our favorite accent. We call it our yeah buddy accent. So, yeah buddy, this guy over here, no liquids.
People, come on. No liquids.
Coming in at number 9, we have Kirby's infomercial host.
Hi, Kirby here.
And her Billy Mays parody. Kirby doesn't get the chance too often to play characters based off people in real life. And this was one chance where she absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Call in the next 4 minutes and we'll throw in a giant beat up shark. And heck, why not? My brother Charlie.
At number 8, we got Miss Prissy.
The perfect gift is personal.
Miss Prissy is so fun to write for because there are a lot of P alliterations.
Prompt with the most prestigious of presents.
People like the character so much that our director and DP had a bet, and the loser had to wear the Miss Prissy costume. So our DP ended up losing and dressed up for an entire day.
All right, we're done.
At number 7, we have the game show hosts.
Can it recycle?
Kirby's was in the paper episode.
Time starts now.
And mine was in the volcano episode. And these ones are so fun to play because you have that like goofy, long mic at the end of the stick. And you're just supposed to kind of like cheese it up as much as you possibly can.
We'll see you guys later.
At number 6, we got Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Big cop, settle down.
Kirby was really the real reason why I like these characters so much, because she was really playing against type in the sound episode.
You think you're so tough?
Kirby's usually kind of a little more serious and a little more buttoned down, but here she really goes off the rails.
I could break you in 2 seconds with these sounds.
Okay. And it's so different to the way that she usually acts that it's so fun to watch.
You think you're so tough?
And she really just let it fly. At number 5, we have the BHR duo.
Well, hi there.
Welcome to Honeybee Job Services.
Kirby and I have so much fun playing HR characters. And our favorite part about this is we have our dialogue and we have like synchronized hand motions.
And one wonderful queen.
And we always do it in motion at the same time.
I guess it has its pluses and minuses. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Number 4 is Willie Moore from the Volcano episode.
Are you looking for heaps of adventure? Does the smell of sulfur in the morning get you going?
He had an Australian accent, and I practiced every day for 2 straight weeks.
Willie Moore's Volcano Tours.
To get that accent down, and I think it came off better than ever.
Flying you better than ever over all volcanoes. Hold on to your head.
Coming in at number 3, we have Kirby playing Madame Eruption.
Bonjour, I am Madame Eruption.
Madame Eruption was a art teacher who was explaining the anatomy of volcanoes in a French accent.
How do you say her name?
Hank.
Hunk?
Hank.
Honk.
The fun part about Madame Eruption, too, is she speaks in such kind of flowery and intricate ways,
Rising to a crescendo.
which makes it pretty fun to write for.
Like an eagle taking wing.
Awesome.
Très magnifique.
Play magnifique. Coming in at number 2, French people who offer snacks.
There are over 300 breeds of dog. Baguette? Bonjour.
Bonjour. There are over 60,000 species of tree. Croissant?
Stay off.
Too much?
So surprised.
I like these characters because it's just a really good example of how every tiny little moment we try to see if there's an opportunity to do something fun with.
Please.
Please.
Finally, the number 1 best set of characters in all of season 2 of Weird But True, and in my opinion, in all of Weird But True, period.
definitely gotta be Chip Shivers and Bob Frost.
Welcome back, sports fans. Chip Shivers alongside Bob Frost.
Pleasure to be here, Chip.
Pleasure to have you, Bob.
We love playing these characters because we can almost always make each other laugh.
Boom shakalaka, we got pollen in the hive.
By doing these voices and pretending on commenting on different things.
They call him the Clumsy Carpenter because...
They drop the hammer.
They're cheesy.
What a mouthful.
And they're fun to play. They're fun to write for. They're definitely the best characters in the entire show.
You said it, Chip.
So there you go, guys. That's my top 10 best characters in season 2 of Weird But True.
Hey guys, just going through some episodes from season 2 of Weird But True and looking at all the skits we did. Definitely some of the moments where we have the most fun during the production process.
Gloopy, goopy, slime!
Coming in at number 10, we have Evil, Bob, and Patrick.
What, puppy and then laugh?
Yeah. They spent so much time figuring out how they were gonna sit, how they were gonna laugh, how they were gonna react.
Hey guys, we got you a present.
And I love those guys. At number 9, we have the snake oil salesman.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I really liked this one because writing it was the best.
This right here.
If you listen, the way that this guy talks
takes out the bad stuff and fills you with glad stuff.
It's really kind of snappy. It was really fun to put those rhymes together.
No town or city has seen a bridge so pretty. It never fails.
At number 8, we have Madam Eruption.
Bonjour, I am Madame Eruption.
This comes in on the list because Kirby knocked it out of the park. She got the French accent down.
You silly American.
She learned a heck of a lot about volcanoes.
The mer Maroc is under great pressure.
And she did a pretty long monologue, nearly top to bottom, without stopping.
Come on.
Shout out to Brandon Goulash, co-writer on the Volcanoes episode, for doing a great job with that.
Très magnifique.
Très magnifique. For number 7, we got the Pollination League MVP.
Welcome back, sports fans. Chip Shivers alongside Bob.
Chip and Bob, definitely my personal favorite characters to write for.
Everybody's talking about
It's really inspired by like all of those sports debate shows that you see on TV.
You know, Chip, it's blasphemous.
Where everything is always so blasphemous and the craziest thing that you've ever heard in your entire life.
Chip Shivers.
Bob Frost.
Catch you next time. Coming in at number 6, we have Kirby's Planet World documentary.
So ends our journey.
I really liked this one because of Bob's role.
Cut!
This one's really kind of a mind bender. All right, Bob is our mailman on the show, but in real life, he records the audio. And in this scene, he pretends to be a mailman, pretending to record audio for Kirby's pretend documentary, but he's actually recording real audio for our real show.
Bob, raise up that boob. You're almost in my shot. Come on, people, we're losing light.
At number 5, we have the Wood Nymph and Traveler.
Guys, these are our parents.
I like this one because my parents were on set for one day.
Wanderer.
And the first scene that they ever watched was the one where I was dressed up as a wood nymph, prancing around, and Kirby was a pretty disgruntled traveler.
Cool. No, Cleve. What was all this for? Couldn't you have just told me that?
I thought it was a great way to introduce my parents to the show. And also, I love those wings.
I get it.
Coming in at number 4, we got Electricity Horror Stories.
There's this thing called an electric eel.
I really like this skit because the set was absolutely amazing. The art team did a great job of building that tent and the moon, and the camera team also lit it in a really interesting way. And number 3, we have the Antiques Roadshow skit.
I was very excited when you brought these to my table.
I love writing skits that are based off TV shows in real life. This collection of 3 paintings would, and this was fun because I got to live out like a personal goal of mine, which is to be on Antiques Roadshow, one of my favorite shows.
So excited!
At number 2, we have the Crafty Camper Builder Bonanza Championship Race.
What do you race for?
To win badges.
What do you race for?
To win badges.
Let's see it.
We got to race soapbox derby.
Looks like Patrick is forming a lead.
It was crazy. We had a huge crowd.
Charlie falls further and further.
So that was just entirely a fun day on set.
He's done it, folks. Patrick has won the championship race.
And finally coming in at number 1, in my opinion, the best skit of all season 2, the Volcano's Science Fair.
So today for you all, we made a composite volcano.
Kirby, Patrick, Casey, and I are presenting our science fair projects to ourselves as judges, which is pretty ridiculous.
And the winner is...
It was so fun to shoot, and it comes out being really smooth.
Willie Moore and Man of Eruption.
So there you go, guys. That's the 10 best skits from Weird But True Season 2. See you guys in the next one.
We've got an eruption in sight.
That was exciting. We've got a little feel on it, buddy.
Hey guys, Charlie here. Just watching some moments from season 2 of Weird But True. We definitely went to a lot of interesting places when we were producing the show, and I like to go through the 5 most exciting moments in the field during season 2 of Weird But True.
We are making electricity.
Here we go, Charlie.
Number 5 definitely has to be flying that World War II biplane. Specifically the moment right after I took off.
Look in your mirror.
And I looked in the mirror and looked back and saw him with his hands off the stick.
Yes, very nice. Charlie, you're flying. Woo.
And that was the first moment when I realized I am the one flying this biplane.
I have never been so alert in my life, I think.
Number 4, we have climbing the giant Sequoia.
Kirby's taking to the climbing trees quite well.
Check it out!
All the way up there.
The moment that made this truly exciting was when we were at the very top of the tree. Our director of photography had a tiny little panic attack because he learned how to climb trees like 10 minutes before going up. And he had a little problem with heights, but luckily he kept it together. We were able to get the shoot done and come back down. But for a brief moment in time, it was definitely pretty exciting up there. And number 3, during our Extreme Botany episode in Monterey, when we came up from scuba diving, we found ourselves within a smack of jellyfish.
Guys, there's jellyfish all over the place.
So there were like hundreds of jellyfish around us. And we had to stop at this one point to get used to the different pressure underwater. And our guide had to literally like swat jellyfish away from our faces.
Oh, man.
It was really wild, but really cool to be in the middle of. Number 2 is spending time in the quietest room in the entire world. It's really crazy to spend time in that room. Because even when you're talking to somebody, it feels like you have a bunch of cotton stuffed in your ears or you're covering your head with a pillow. I started having these auditory hallucinations and I started seeing different colors and different like specks, even though it was completely dark in there. So hallucinating in the quietest room in the world was absolutely an exciting moment. And the number 1 most exciting moment in the field was definitely driving the dragster.
You and the car have become one.
I was so scared. Oh my gosh.
I can't get out.
That's the way you're supposed to feel.
The extent of my lesson was like 2 minutes long.
You just swap feet, hold it down, put some hip into it, because it's gonna be 2.5 G's against your chest.
Okay.
Sure enough, we did it, and I felt like I was driving an out-of-control roller coaster. But after we got it done, I absolutely loved it. And I did it 4 more times because it was such a blast. So there you go, guys. Those are my 5 most exciting moments in the field during the production of Weird But True. We definitely had a blast. Hey guys, Charlie here. Over the course of the entire season, there are at least 300 or 400 crafts. But personally, I have my 5 favorites. Kirby and I are just coming in at number 5. We have the bad volcano diorama.
Go!
This craft is absolutely ridiculous. You have some mobster robots, Neil deGrasse Tyson in a plane saving the day, dinosaurs attacking a little town, but we ruined it with Coke and Mentos.
Number 4, we have the coral reef tanks. All of those fish are puppets. They're on little wooden sticks, and we jammed people underneath the tanks.
Fish look great, guys.
Killing it.
Each take was just like absolute madness because they could barely see what they were doing.
Come to this side, I'll give you some food.
And number 3, we have the tree harvest diorama.
This is so exciting.
This is my favorite type of art piece to design and shoot. Everything has to come in and come out at a specific time. And you're like, put it in now, then bring it down, make it soft, separate them apart. And it's almost like a little dance with tiny little art pieces. Those long, continuous shots where things come in and out always look the best on screen. And number 2, we have the ear anatomy overhead. This was crazy because it's an accurate anatomical representation of the anatomy of an ear, but it's also a track that balls could run down, and there are parts that spin and the balls drop in certain areas. The art team did an awesome job with this. And finally, the number 1 best craft out of the hundreds of crafts in season 2 of Weird But True, gotta say, it's definitely the pool noodle coral reef. We needed set pieces to dress this scene when Kirby and I were pretending to be in a coral reef. All of a sudden, they pulled out these giant mounds of pool noodle coral that had these crazy rubber anemones. Definitely their most extreme craft that they made throughout the entire season. So there you go, guys. Top 5 best crafts from season 2 of Weird But True. We'll see you guys next time. Hi guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out some Weird But True behind the scenes. I'm Charlie, and right now we're gonna talk about the paper episode.
Charles, we gotta do something.
There's not a chance.
It opens having a debate about what to do with all the crafts that have taken over the entire room. Our attitudes reflect who we are in real life, which made it fun and very easy to write, and also very easy to act out.
Kirby's being ridiculous.
Charlie's being ridiculous. Check this out.
But the coolest part about the whole episode was the Avalanche.
No one's throwing anything.
So naturally, we had to figure out a way to shoot that in the studio. There's a wall in back, and the top is open. We built a bunch of scaffolding that 2 people stood on top of. Also, on either side of the camera, we had a couple more people standing with crafts. And when they heard a cue,
You're gonna say, what's that sound? 1, 2,
they started pummeling us with a bunch of different crafts. And the final piece, the camera guy started like shaking the camera.
You got any staples?
Nope, but I have a paper clip.
You hear that?
Charles.
I'm okay. But the neat thing about it is there are a lot of hidden Easter eggs. You can find like a pig and a snake from invasives, the spaceship dioramas in there, and crazy roller coasters. Including the biggest Easter egg, the giant shark that they made in season 1. We like pretended we were scuba divers underwater, and this thing was featured heavily. Sometimes to save a tree, it didn't entirely survive launching it into a garbage bin.
Charles, no!
And lost a couple fins, but yeah, we still got it. This was the most hated craft by the entire art team because it took them like a week to make. But it came out great. I mean, look at that. And we got to use it in 2 episodes. So there you go, guys. That's a little bit about the paper episode and the Avalanche. We'll see you guys next time. Out. Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk about some Weird But True behind the scenes for the Cars episode.
Crafty campers.
So the storyline is Kirby and I,
Hey guys!
and our friend Patrick are in this club inspired by the Scouts called the Crafty Campers.
All we have to do is build our own derby car.
And there's this big event at the end of the season called the Crafty Camper
Builder Bonanza Championship Race.
and we're battling Patrick in the Soapbox Derby race.
Just whipped it up this morning.
I really like how Soapbox Derby races inspire people to build their own contraption and then race them against other people's. The more we thought about it, the more we thought that dragster races kind of relate to Soapbox Derbies. So it's nice and straight, and it's all about speed.
So Kirby and I had to drive a dragster. Before we went on location, I spent an hour every single day for like a week straight watching videos of drivers racing off the line and imagining myself doing the same thing. And at the beginning, I'm getting like short of breath because it freaked the heck out of me. So we got up there. We did the burnout real quick. In these situations, it's almost like the point right before you're about to dive in with the sharks.
Just a shark, just a shark.
Or about to jump off the limb at the top of the giant sequoias, where you just like take a deep breath and you're like, okay. And I just slammed on the gas and went for it. It was like you're driving a roller coaster and you are not in control. It made my heart race so much and I got so fired up, I just wanted to keep going again and again.
You went 128 miles per hour.
That's as quick as you're allowed to go without what we call a competition license.
I love these field segments because you're able to take things like facts and figures and apply them to real life situations. It makes them more interesting, it makes them more exciting, and it makes them more relatable. That was the race car episode. It was the scariest thing we did so far in the 2 seasons of Weird But True.
Tractor Guys won the championship race.
Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk about a little Weird But True behind the scenes for the plane episode.
Mail's here.
So the storyline is Kirby and I have to learn as much about plane designing as we possibly can because we're building a model plane for our young cousin for his birthday. One of my favorite parts about this entire episode was this short segment,
Hit the lights.
On it.
where we introduced weird plane designs in this paper stadium. We gave Kirby little flashlights that she could use to kind of flash at the things from above. And I was right off screen holding out all of the planes in a way that was inspired by the 1990s Chicago Bulls starting lineup introduction, which is absurdly specific. However, it is something that I am very excited about and very passionate about, and just even thinking about it gets me super hyped up. They like shut off the lights, they fill the stadium with smoke, they play this crazy music, do 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 do. Then the announcer comes with like the big bass voice, like, and now, and gives the lineup, and everyone just goes crazy. This thing just makes you feel all prickly just thinking about it.
The portly plane from St. Louis, Missouri, the McDonald XF-85 Goblin.
We take every opportunity we can in this show to present information to you in as much of a creative way as possible.
Pregnant guppy!
It was super fun, and I think it turned out great. Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk a little Weird But True behind the scenes for the sound episode.
What are we doing?
We go to the quietest room in the entire world, which was really kind of a crazy, weird experience. I could feel these little pops happening in my tummy, and I couldn't figure out what was going on.
What's going on?
My favorite sequence in this whole episode was the psychologist scene. Kirby became the psychologist. I became the psychologist patient who we were exploring my emotions.
Think of how you're feeling right.
From there, we went to the auditory neuroscience skit, came back, and then Kirby pulled out the puppets, which transitioned us to my next favorite part. No, this was my favorite part of the whole episode.
Big cop, settle down.
The good cop, bad cop scene, where Kirby and I are giving the examples of the scientifically proven best and worst sounds in the entire world. This was the best part because Kirby is playing against character and super emotional.
Like, wah, wah, wah.
Usually, she's very calm.
You think you're so tough?
This one, she was screaming and knocking over cups and getting really into it. She really stepped up to the plate and knocked it out of the park. So it's a little confusing to write.
How are you feeling now?
There are 6 scene changes in 2 minutes, a lot of different characters, a lot of different costumes, but we were able to put it together in a way that was just seamless and flows so nicely. Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk a little Weird But True behind the scenes for the tree episode.
he strikes. The storyline starts with Kirby watching an amazing nature documentary,
This show is amazing.
being really excited about it, and then looking in her backyard and feeling that by comparison, everything looks super lame.
Why would I want to go in a boring backyard when I can watch a jaguar take out a crocodile in the Amazon?
We have 2 twigs in front of us.
So the way that I decide to prove Kirby wrong is by showing her that something as seemingly simple as trees could be really fascinating. So I take her to the coolest tree experience that you could possibly imagine, climbing the largest trees in the entire world, giant sequoias. In one day, we had to take a television show and shoot it in a tree 300 feet in the air, which was absolutely insane. Our camera guy, Gabe, had never climbed a tree before in his entire life.
This is his first try. He has climbed
Precisely 0 sequoias.
and he learned how to climb trees today.
First, our guides get up to the top, then our cameraman, we lug all of the equipment up, and then Kirby and I climb up,
I made it into the canopy.
stopping every once in a while and filming segments directed towards the camera.
You can't really tell how high you are until you look out and then just see this huge, amazing view.
Everything was going swimmingly, but then there was one segment where I was sitting at the end of a branch and talking about cones, and our cameraman, apparently for him it was the one moment where you can really kind of realize you're like 300 feet off the ground. He'd say like, ready, set, go, and then he'd like hold his breath and point out the camera towards me until he ran out of breath, and then he had to like look away and start like breathing kind of heavily and settle himself down. He had to just take a moment to search within himself to find the strength to keep going, but he charged through, he did his job, and it turned out absolutely amazing. Charlie here. Let's talk a little weird but true behind the scenes for the Volcanoes episode.
Volcanoes, nature's nostrils.
Blowing red-hot snot rockets all over land and sea.
In the whole episode, we decide to research volcanoes.
This is huge!
We visit a volcano, we walk on top of a volcano, we fly a helicopter over a volcano.
It's all bubbling. It's gurgling.
But the best part is Kirby and I both have what I believe to be our greatest character performances of the entire show.
Willie Moore's Volcano Tours.
I played Willie Moore, who is an Australian helicopter volcano tour guide.
Bonjour, I am Madame Eruption.
And Kirby plays Madame Eruption, a French art teacher. Kirby and I approached these two characters in totally different ways.
Are you looking for heaps of adventure?
I prepared every single day for 2 weeks. I downloaded an audiobook lesson on how to talk with an Australian accent.
Next up is a dead set ripper.
And I nailed it down, and I showed up on shoot day completely prepared and just ripped it off.
Hold on to your head.
Kirby, on the other hand, did not look at her script until the night before.
How'd you say her name?
She's arguing with somebody else
You silly Americans.
and doing a 2-minute monologue, top to bottom, without stopping in a French accent.
This volcanic symphony rising to
She's explaining the anatomy of a volcano.
like an eagle taking wing.
Awesome. She knocked it out of the park, and we had 2 really great characters.
Très magnifique.
Les magnifiques! Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's chat a little weird but true behind the scenes for the Coral Reefs episode.
Let's see what kind of fish we got in our tank.
So the Coral Reefs episode had a skit where we talk about how to identify fish based on their shape.
It's a series of 3 paintings.
I knew I wanted to do something based off the Antiques Roadshow because people look at the intricate differences between different things. And in this case, we were looking at the intricate differences between fish.
It's paired with a long, continuous dorsal fin.
So when you write, one of the elements that you can draw from the original show are these kind of catchphrases that you hear all the time, like,
So I talked with my colleagues.
and they were very excited about this, or at auction, this would get roughly around
Around $1 bajillion.
$1 bajillion.
So that's really the special sauce when it comes to writing.
Let's take a look at the next one.
The second thing is the set. Our art department and our set designers were really able to be inspired by different elements of the real set and the real show and put them into ours.
The next one is the one that got us very excited.
Another thing is every TV show is shot differently. We sat down with the whole camera team and tried to examine how they shot Antiques Roadshow. Like, oh, I think they moved the camera this way, and over here they moved the camera this way, and they never moved the camera that way, so we won't do that.
This is a long-nosed butterfly fish.
The thing that really brings everything together are the sound effects and the graphics.
Take 3. I think you need to break character even a bit more.
Even the directing and how Kirby and I behave on camera, everybody's creative minds and come in there and come out with something that's really special, inspired by the original thing.
Oh, I'm so excited!
Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk a little weird but true behind the scenes for the Extreme Botany episode. In this episode, Kirby and I are auditioning for roles in a play. I get cast as a houseplant, and Kirby gets cast as a botanist.
Moving on. This is a big deal.
Over the course of the season, Kirby and I together wore 94 different costumes.
The clover!
But in this one, we wore more than any other episode. Together, we had 15 different costumes.
Being a magical plant-wielding botanist is amazing.
We have my normal clothes that I wear in each episode. What I call the houseplant number 3 basic. The most amazing one, houseplant number 3 pitcher plant. Chuck Fine Meadow.
You can control people's minds.
Gregor Mendel.
Interesting.
Hippocrates.
It's good stuff, man.
Linnaeus.
Boom.
Oda.
And finally, the secretary of the Seeds and Cones Society.
Flora!
Kirby dressed up as herself. Next is astronaut Ozone.
I'm just not feeling it.
A NASA researcher, a movie star, an underwater botanist, the High Admiral of the Seeds and Cones Society.
Plants forever!
And finally, Kirby got to wear the Chuck Fine Meadow costume too. Usually when you're watching kind of an educational show, you feel like you're being lectured.
Victory! Victory! Victory!
When you watch our show, it makes you feel totally different. And you're more like, oh my gosh, this is so fun, while talking about something that's mildly educational.
Do you know that in the Danish alphabet, they have 3 letters that come after Z?
That's weird. Is there someone I could eat in that plate too? That's kind of just a complicated way of saying wearing costumes is an absolute blast.
Charlie here. Let's talk a little weird but true behind the scenes for the Bee episode. Kirby and I's favorite part is the Chip Shivers and Bob Frost segment,
Pleasure to be here, Chip.
where we talk about the Pollination League MVP
Who's gonna win this year's Pollinator League MVP?
and the difference between bumblebees, honeybees, and wasps.
Wasps versus bees.
In order to help us get into the roles, we had to remind ourselves to talk with peaks and valleys.
Best pollinator in the league is the honeybee.
So what that means is sometimes you bring your voice very high and you're like, oh, we're talking up here, and then you bring it very low and you're talking down here.
Same game across the garden.
It gives you that sports announcer voice, like Chip Shivers broadcasting live from Weird But True behind the scenes. You know, it's like your voice is on a roller coaster and you're going around all over the place.
They call him the clumsy carpenter because
They drop the hammer.
Chip and Bob are always telling like ridiculous jokes
They call them Weeko leftovers because
they're disgusting.
and just like way too fired up about the simplest things.
boom shakalaka, we got pollen in the hive.
And being super corny, which makes them pretty funny.
It's blasphemous. We're still having this conversation.
I think Kirby does it so well, and Kirby thinks I do it so well that we kind of often crack each other up.
Egregious, Chip. That was a struggle.
And we could improvise doing different things and kind of mess with the characters in different ways to try to make each other laugh.
Whoa! Good morning, San Francisco. That one cost him 5 minutes in the penalty box.
So it's always an absolute blast whenever we're doing any segment that involves Chip and Bob.
Chip Shivers.
Bob Frost.
Catch you next time.
Hey guys, Charlie here. Let's talk a little weird but true behind the scenes for the Test Engineers episode.
Similar to other storylines throughout the entire season, I was very much inspired by things that I've experienced in real life.
Wow!
The storyline is
Kirby feels like she's very much living in Casey's shadow because Casey is absolutely perfect.
The school record set by a legendary builder.
Casey has the record for the best egg drop contraption in school. Kirby is a builder, and it's very much her identity.
I own building.
So when Casey is also better than her at this too,
I should have that record, but there's no way I'm gonna beat Casey.
that's the final thing that breaks Kirby, and she's like never gonna build anything ever again in her entire life.
I might as well go move to a deserted island in the ocean.
So let me tell you a little story about Casey and our other older sister named Lucy, who is a brilliant artist and magnificent illustrator. Even in high school, she was really good. Casey always took art classes 2 years behind Lucy. And in every single art class, the teacher would always introduce a project and bring out, as an example, Lucy's project. Casey didn't take it too seriously. Art isn't very important to Casey, so it became kind of like a joke within our family. So it's kind of neat while watching the show. There's just like a shred of truth behind everything that you see. And in a way, I think it makes the storyline more powerful and more meaningful when you watch it.
We have a new school record!
Yes!